Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time reviewing on Blue Beetle issue number 1. Now, as you know, Blue Beetle was part of DC's New 52 first lineup that ran for 16 issues. Now, it's mainly meant to focus on Jaime, the third Blue Beetle. Now, I kinda wish they could've went with Ted Kord, but I get it's some focus on characters that people would be aware of. So it starts off on a distant planet where everyone is being attacked, saying, "It's coming! It's coming!" And so they start lining up their attack fire, and turns out that an innocent person has been taken over by the Reek and is putting up a fight. And even kills off people one by one. And he's like, "What have I done? My family, my people." And turns out that the Reek welcomes him into the hive, saying, "I am Commander Drone. Oh, Riska, I am like to discuss your future." And so releases thousands of blue scarabs. So we're seen in space where a Green Lantern officer destroys one of the other scarabs, and another one lands in the Aztec past, and eventually ends up with us 40 years later, where Jaime and that are doing football, and are protecting their privates from the more aggressive athletes. And Jaime's friend Paco shows up saying, "Hoi, Menko, you want to talk smack about Brenda? You can tell it to me." And so they get into an argument, and Jaime asks, what's he doing here? But turns out Brenda is giving, invitates to a birthday party. And Jaime's like, "Oh, does he really need an invite? Paco came you last 10 birthdays." And so we're introduced back at Jaime's house, where his parents get into an argument about this, say, "No, you can't go. We just don't want you anywhere near her grandmother and that." And given the fact that her security is quite tight, and she's talking with someone on the phone, and it turns out that the people that she's hired are dealing with the Brotherhood of Evil, with one of them saying, "Time to go, Phobia. I am us back in Paris, faster than it takes to say Paris." And Phobia using her mental mind abilities, and eventually getting what they need, they end up being attacked by Brenda's grandmother's hired help. And meanwhile, on the open road, Jaime and Paco are basically taking off. And just then they end up getting attacked by the Brotherhood of Evil, and they're like, "My car!" And turns out that they can't have any witnesses, and something happens. As soon as one of them fires the attack, saying, "The little hero wants to get far with a blade in his spine," and ends up hitting his backpack, where it basically fuses with Jaime's skin, and, the scarab I mean, and it ends up making him become Blue Beetle. And this is actually his starting days. So the issue is actually quite alright. I actually would say it does feel interesting to bring Jaime in, and what's actually interesting is that when DC Rebirth came, they actually retconned the Scarab into being mystical based, and meaning that Jaime's adventures are basically retconned. So I would have liked to have seen a teenage Ted Kord or something before Jaime, but it's an alright issue. So it deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Book Reviewer here, signing out.